Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at one of the biggest updates of the Citron Nintendo Switch emulator for Android devices. The Citron emulator version 12.0 released yesterday, and this has massive changes with better performance, better compatibility with support for new games like Metroid Dread Prime 4, Snapdragon 8 Elite optimizations, stability improvements, and even UI changes, controller fixes, and lot more. The Citron emulator version 0.12.25 is what it's known as, and here are some of its major features. For the PC version of Citron emulator, you get a new setup wizard, custom save path management has been added along with that new autoloader and update management, enhanced theme system, game list enhancement has been made, major improvements in terms of user interface such as loading screen redesign, hotkey management, multiplayer interface has been changed, along with that performance improvements such as game library optimization, memory and resource management, networking and multiplayer improvements, audio, video and graphics. So graphical issues have also been fixed. So here are all the bug fixes which have been made. This changelog of Citron emulator is pretty huge. UI fixes have also been made and a lot more. Now this Citron emulator version comes in two formats. For Android devices, it is the mainline version as well as Snapdragon 8 Elite version. Now the device which I am using is my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. So I am using the Snapdragon 8 Elite version of Citron emulator, which provides you with better pipeline cache building, better support for this GPU in terms of Nintendo Switch emulation and graphics. So to set it up, it is similar to that of Yuzu emulator. You'll need to import your Nintendo Switch keys that you have legally dumped on your Android device along with that firmware, as well as select the folder where you have stored your Nintendo Switch games. Once that's done, tap on the continue button, and right here is a Citron emulator. To be honest, I think the developers should work on a unique UI like the Eden emulator. Let's be honest, Eden emulator's UI is top notch, and I'm pretty sure the Citron emulator's developer can also match that level of UI or even make a better UI than that. Regardless, let's go to settings and check out what's new here. First of all, we'll go to manage Citron data and import a firmware. Afterwards, let's go back, let's take a look at applet launcher, and still surprisingly the Q launch feature is not available here, whereas inside the Eden emulator's version 0.0.4, the latest version, applet launcher, you guys can see the Q launch feature which gives you a Nintendo Switch home menu, but even it's not working in the Eden Nintendo Switch emulator, so I guess the developer just removed the feature from Citron. Let's go to settings and take a look at the best settings. Limit speed percent, set it to 400, go to graphics, VSync mode, set it to mailbox, resolution 0.75x, we have FSR 2.0 quality mode, we'll set it to performance, scroll down, aspect ratio stretch to window, force maximum clocks, asynchronous shaders, and that's about it for the best settings in graphics. Now we get a zip zone as well as network settings for multiplayer, so you can enable airplane mode now in Citron emulator. We also have applets on Android feature, so we can change the applet, but we'll go to zip zone. Memory layout, keep it as default. After scroll down, VRAM mode, set it to aggressive. I don't know why the PC options are also here such as high-end GPU etc, but keep it at aggressive. Extended dynamic state, set it to 3 for best performance, but if your games do not work, then make sure to set it to disabled. Extended dynamic state basically improves your performance. Frame skipping has been disabled, and that's about it. So that's all the best settings for the Citron emulator. One last thing that we can do is import our custom graphics driver. For example, if you have Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor or below, make sure to use the Mesa Turnip Adreno driver revision 26, but for 8 Elite, we'll just go ahead and use the basic Snapdragon graphics driver. Once all of that has been done, let's just go ahead and launch Pokemon Legends ZA, and you guys can see towards the top left corner, the performance overlay has also been improved. I don't know if we can change the size of it, which is unfortunate, but Pokemon Legends ZA still does not work inside the Citron emulator on a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. It will work on 8 Gen 3 or below. Let's try out Super Mario Galaxy instead to see how well does it work, and towards the top left corner we have the performance meter. But what we'll do is simply swipe back, go to overlay options and edit overlay option as well as performance graph. Let's tap on adjust overlay, and here in terms of scale, we'll just go ahead and increase the scale. Maybe if we increase the scale too much, then the controls will also become bigger. So that's the fault. Anyways, it does not increase the size of the performance meter for some reason, but it is floatable. You can't really zoom into it, so unfortunately we'll just keep it to the side. At the top, you'll be able to see the FPS which we are getting about 160, and the gyroscope is also working as you guys can see. Let's just go ahead and use the touch controls. Anyways, you guys can see the performance is actually very significant. I have tried out the same game inside the Eden emulator Android, and I have to say the performance wasn't as good as what I am seeing inside Citron emulator. And here we go, our game has successfully started. Just take a look at the graphics. Everything appears to be rendered properly, and at the top left corner you guys will be able to see the performance. It's around 30 FPS. Not bad at all for Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is very unoptimized in terms of Nintendo Switch emulation for Android. Anyways, let's just go ahead and exit this game and try out a different game, which is going to be Mortal Kombat 1. Inside the Eden emulator it did not work, so I want to see if it works in Citron, and no, it also crashed here unfortunately. Now what I want to do is I want to test out the Citron emulator with our favorite games like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and even Legends ZA on my low-end Android device. For that, make sure to hit 300 likes on today's video, and I'll upload that video as soon as the like goal is completed. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.